What is going on today, guys? Sticks10 here, and today we're going to take a look at the Master League and Go Battle League. We're going to do some quick battles here, one set of 5, see how we do with this team. Gyarados, Machamp, and Dialga. 2 of those have second moves. Dialga only has Iron Head. So let's go into the first battle here. We've got Gyarados versus Snorlax. Let's see how we do. Now, I was looking at Gyarados a little bit. I talked to a couple of people, Jay Devon, some other people, and they are saying that maybe it would be better with Waterfall instead of Dragon Breath. So I do want to throw that out there. It looked like it was pretty close in the Sims. Could flip a couple matchups, so that is something to look at. Also, a lot of times I am building up the energy all the way to like what might be a Hydro Pump, so I'm forcing a shield that way to kind of fake my moveset, since they don't know exactly what it is. We're only doing one battle here, so you know, trying to get them to use shields when maybe they don't necessarily have to. Snorlax is going to take me out here with a Body Slam. We're going to bring in Dialga, build up some energy there. He actually switches out into his own Dialga, and so we're going to switch into our Machamp. We're going to shield up here, and we're going to make sure that we can survive, have a lot of energy going into the next matchup. And let's see if we KO it, and we do. There's the KO. And then we're going to Rock Slide into whatever comes in, and hopefully we can get several off in a row. And there's a Rock Slide. Did use the last shield. We're going to Dynamic Punch now. This is going to do a chunk of change to this Kyogre. And this is a pretty high level Kyogre there. Dialga comes back in. We're going to Iron Head. It's not going to do... Iron Head doesn't do a ton to Kyogre, but we're going to get it pretty low, and then Dragon Breath should be able to finish it off. Hopefully this is just a Surf. Let's see, it is, so we're going to be okay, and we're going to finish off Kyogre there with just Dragon Breaths, and in comes the Snorlax, which we finish off with a Dragon Breath or 2. So GG's, very, very close match there. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull that one off. Gyarados into a Dialga, so we're going to Dragon Breath down, and we're going to, I can't remember if I just go straight into the, so there it is. I am going to do the Outrage. And we'll see if they block it. They do not, so that's actually good for me. I'm going to shield this up. I'm going to Dragon Breath down this Dialga, and we're going to get out of here in pretty good shape. We're going to have a little bit of energy on our Gyarados. Hopefully we can get to at least a crunch before we get KO'd. And we do get to a crunch, so this they're going to have to use a shield here, or this is going to do a chunk, and they actually don't shield, so we're sitting really, really good. I switch into my Machamp. They're a little slow on the switch. Dragonite comes out, and we're going to Rock Slide into this. Probably should have just left my Gyarados in and let it faint all the way down instead of switching out like I just did, where I could have maintained switch advantage. So that was a mistake on my part. Let's see if we can pull it out. We did get both shields with those Rock Slides. Dialga is going to come in. We're going to absorb whatever this charge move is. Purified Dragonite, so I'm just going to assume it has Dragon Claw, and maybe it, I don't know what its second move is. It could have been TM'd, I guess, away. We'll see what they do here. And so I'm going to, this is going to come through. Hopefully it's just Dragon Claw. It is. So there's that. And then we're going to see what comes in. And it's actually Metagross. So we're going to hit our Iron Head. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. We double KO there. And I actually switch into Gyarados. So we do end up winning that one as well. So far Gyarados, and with the Machamp in the back. And then... our Dialga is doing pretty well for us. So here's Gyarados into Machamp. Assuming these are going to be Rock Slides. So I'm going to shield up. This is going to... Let's see if they switch. We're actually going to do a crunch here. Try to grab a shield. And then we're going to crunch. I'm going to try to get to the Outrage. But I get a little... now they did have a little bit of lag there, I think. I'm not sure what was going on there, but it looked like I got a few extra Dragon Breaths off, possibly. I don't think it... I mean, it might have mattered a little bit. But I just barely take it out, and I'm just barely hanging on with a sliver. So we get knocked out. T-Tar comes in. They switch to Mewtwo. We're going to switch to our Dialga. And then, here we go. I'm going to shield up. It's a Shadow Ball. Okay, so I'm assuming it just has Shadow Ball. And then we start. We're going to Iron Head here. See how much this does. No, they shield. So we are both out of shields. This is going to be a Shadow Ball. It's going to do a pretty good chunk to Dialga. Let's see. Yeah, it takes it pretty low. And then they freeze. I freeze. We are all freezing everywhere. And we finally get through that. And then we hit an Iron Head here. Not sure. That match was kind of a lag fest. Yeah. It's just bad all around, guys. Sometimes there's those matches that are just lag out like crazy. For the most part, I had a pretty good time whenever I was doing these. I did 10 altogether, and it was pretty stable most of the time. But there were a few here and there that I had issues with. I felt like I could have got a charge move off whenever it would just lag. So we'll see. They're working on it supposedly. So we'll see what happens there. And Gyarados versus Latios. So here we go. They're going to knock me out here probably. Dragon Claw is going to do enough, I think. Oh, nope, not quite. There it is. So pretty close there. And there's the KO. Dialga's in. And so we're going to see what comes in. It's actually Machamp. So I'm going to switch my own Machamp. And they're going to switch in Kyogre. So I'm going to Dynamic Punch here, try to get as much damage as I can. They actually do block it, and we're going to see if we can get to one more. We do get to another Dynamic Punch, and that should do quite a chunk. Not quite enough to KO it, but we're pretty low there. And now I've got to hope that I can get to a... There's the Dynamic Punch, and we're going to go to the Iron Head. And that should be enough, or it's going to be pretty close to where it's going to KO this Machamp. There's the KO, so GG's. Very close battle there. Very, very, very well played. It came down. I just had a shield on Dialga, and they didn't have any shields remaining, so did a good job there. Now, Melmetal is a problem here. For my Gyarados, actually for my entire squad. I don't have a super great answer for it. So that is going to be an issue. We're going to crunch here, just trying to put some damage on this. And I'm not going to shield my Gyarados. Here is where I think Waterfall would help. Instead of Dragon Breath, I needed to sim that out a little bit, but we're in a pretty bad position. There's the Rock Slide to finish us off, which I was okay with. He did spend a lot of energy there, or she spent a lot of energy. We swap into our Dialga. We're going to get a lot of energy here. Here, I don't necessarily need to shield. Probably should have just... actually, it's Outrage, so that was actually a good use of a shield, I guess. I thought it was a little long for Dragon Claw. I wasn't sure, though. I could have went one way or the other. We Iron Head into this. What is it? I didn't see it. Melmetal. So... I think they did use a shield, so I'm going to use a shield. It's a superpower. We're going to try to KO it before it gets to another one. We just don't get there. So maybe I should have just let it fall. But they do double superpower here. And unfortunately, I only get like a little bit off. And they've got a shield. And it's a Mewtwo. So I'm in a pretty bad position. One Shadow Ball or one Psy Strike is going to knock me out. Do get to another Rock Slide. But it's not going to be enough to get Mewtwo, so we are going to lose this battle. We do end up going 4-1 in this set, which I'm pretty happy with, considering I'm not really running like meta Pokemon really, except for Dialga is pretty meta, and like Gyarados is kind of on the side there of, it's like a side grade of some of the meta Pokemon, but it is a great budget option if you guys are looking for something that's cheap that maybe you have already maxed out. And there's our Scraggy that we got as a reward. Very happy about that. And then the screen to show you that I did go 4-1. So thanks guys for all those battles, and as always, thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you guys haven't already, hit that link down below. Support the channel. I do have friend spots available for patrons, and as always guys, like, subscribe, comment down below, and keep on battling.